someone said that the musical was dead, it seems times have changed. In recent years, we've had blockbuster productions of Cats and Les Miserables. There have also been some gung-ho revivals of Oklahoma and My Fair Lady. And now in Melbourne, they've even put songs and music to Ethel Turner's classic Australian novel, Seven Little Australians. And they're doing it with a whole lot of pomp. One of the things about Melbourne is that they do like putting on the Ritz. For this world premiere, they've got 1 red carpet, 2 searchlight, and 1,000 helium balloons. There they go, up, up and away. They've also got a pretty good guest list. There's Tony Barber, who's got all the answers. Here's music maestro Tommy Tico, and even the Governor-General, Sir Ninian Stephen, has flown in from Canberra for the Knees Up. But is it a knees up? Frankly, when I read Seven Little Australians, goodness knows how many years ago, I found it a bit yucky. This syrupy story of a grumpy army captain and his 7 high-spirited children has always struck me as being, well, revoltingly nice. In this particular production, the army captain is played by John O'May and his wife by Sailor of the Century girl Alice Platt. And in front of the hometown audience last night, the actors and singers could do no wrong. And after the show, a clearly delighted Queensman Sir Ninian cheerfully spent half an hour chatting with the cast backstage.
It's, you know, it's straight and it's emotional. It's not the sort of, it's not slick. That's right.
And this little tearaway, Rebecca Mitchell, who plays the baby of the brood, was totally underwhelmed by it all. Go on, give us a smile. All right, don't then. Well, that's the cultural part of the night, and now for the serious bit. I'm off to the party. The only thing is, no one told me about Melbourne winters. It's a bit brass monkeys, I can tell you. There's one thing about this culture lark, it does give a fella a bit of a thirst. Ah, thank you, don't mind if I do. You too, madam? Well, feel free. Actually, the party, and the show for that matter, are hosted by James Hardie Industries. They used to sponsor the Bathurst 1000 motor race, but now theatre's their bag. Well, you've got to do something with your money. Another thing about a party is that there's always time to catch up with a few old mates, like Annette Allison. Pucker up, kid, I'm moving in. Meanwhile, back to business, and it seems everyone but everyone loved it.
Good, clean, family entertainment.
There's no 4-letter words, there's no overabundance of sex. It's just a healthy, good show.
I didn't like the ending. I only like happy endings.
My verdict? It's good, wholesome family entertainment if you like that sort of a thing. I'd give it 6 out of 10.
I'm back. I should have said that the Seven Little Australians is playing at Melbourne's Comedy Theatre until October. It's playing. Anyone seen it? No, why not? From the bush. All right, that's the. All right, it's going on to Adelaide and Brisbane and Sydney, but it is getting full houses despite these people, and it should be seen. Terrific. Seven Little Australians at the Comedy Theatre. Richard Stubbs is a well-known radio personality in Melbourne and across the country. You'll be getting to know Richard.
Reception. Brad Higgins reports on this theatrical extravaganza.
Darlings, they most certainly are not. The musical adaptation of Ethel Turner's Seven Little Australians had its world premiere in Melbourne last night, and what a night it was. Captain Woolcott is played by evergreen John O'May, but John also doubles as the director.
It's the kind of job that you just don't know what it is until it happens. I've been performing for 16 years. I haven't directed anything for about 8 years, but I've never combined them like this, and it takes its toll.
The costumes in Seven Little Australians are simply magnificent.
I love them. They're great. What's nice is we wear the bloomers and the petticoat and the bustle and little corselet, so I love it. It's great. You can wander around in that and feel really in the period.
After the Melbourne production finishes, the company is set to travel, first to Adelaide, then Sydney, and hopefully London's West End.
Lots of comedy and lots of appeal for kids, but just as much for adults, and it has a lot of sadness, and it's about life.
Weeping willow tree, I gave my heart to the Parramatta River.
It's just wonderful to see some stuff written by Australians, I must say.
It's very bright. The kids are fabulous. You laugh every time they come on. So that's wonderful.
There's no sex or sadism in it, Brad, and of course that's all that counts these days.
Hope it does very, very well. It's great to see Australian theatre and musicals out there. Coming up...
28 of the cast perform the big production number from the show, The Wool Shed at Yarrahapinni. Have a look at this.
Kanga's still the fastest banjo in the world. It's a ride!
Elise Platt star in this musical extravaganza adapted from the classic Australian novel. You'll see a great cast, full orchestra, terrific choreography and superb sets. You'll hear music to remember as James Hardie Industries presents David...
That's Elise Platt, and I'm sure she's